You know, it's human nature to kind of backtrack on things or change the narrative to suit whatever suits you best. You know what I mean? Like at that particular time. A good example of this would be if you're a fan of a particular sports team or something, and then your team gets beat, but hey, you're going to cheer for another team down the road anyway. You know, it's sort of like that with gaming as well. And so it's obvious that Sony is in the driver's seat in terms of sales and some of that mind share. I think some of that is probably about to change, and Sony is trying to go a little bit on the offensive. So recently they were speaking to a Business Insider, and Sony's Jim Ryan said they're not going to be afraid of what Microsoft does. They're not going to be afraid of Scorpio. And elaborating on the statement, Ryan said, in the end, the success of a game system comes down to the games. And not only are most of the games that are on Xbox also on PS4, but the PS4 has the added benefit of a highly appealing lineup of exclusives as well, thanks to games like Horizon Zero Dawn and Uncharted. With that being said, I don't really believe him, and here's why. If you're perfectly confident in your console and you think that Scorpio is no threat, you don't go out and write $120+ million in checks for marketing rights for the year that Scorpio is coming out. You just don't do it, right? If you have all the great exclusives and you think that's all it takes, or you think that the games on your console, being on your console too, is all it takes, you don't do that, right? The simple fact of the matter is this entire generation has been built up around power and which console performs best with these multiplats. And till Scorpio releases, it's been for the most part the PS4. Now once Scorpio releases, it's a different story. So they're not going to have that. So while they will have the same games, the multiplats, they're not going to run or look as good on the PS4 as they do on Xbox Scorpio. And we know that they're not going to perform as well on the multiplayer aspect because Xbox Live is far superior to PlayStation Network. So the exclusive games thing, he's mentioning stuff like Horizon Zero Dawn and Uncharted, which are good games, but Microsoft has its fair share of good games too, and more coming. Even with stuff like Halo 5, Gears 4, Forza Horizon 3, Ori and the Blind Forest, Cuphead, Sea of Thieves, Crackdown 3. I mean, there's a lot of good exclusive games on there as well. So when you have the exclusives, and you have the better multiplats, and the better services, and the better controller, and the better company, a company that actually replies and gives you stuff like, I don't know, backwards compatibility, EA access, you know, I think that has a lot going for it in and of itself, and Microsoft has really proven that they're more for the players than Sony at this particular juncture. Now, the competition is great, and I'm not saying that the PS4 is bad or anything like that, but to totally cast off and pretend like you're not afraid of the Xbox Scorpio when all your reactions prove otherwise is completely asinine, and this guy's fear is obviously shown. Sony's fear is obviously shown, because if you're not worried, you don't do anything, right? That's how you prove you're not worried about something. When you're not reacting, that's how you can tell you're not worried. Now, when you start making reactions like, hey, let's try to gobble up all the footage and all the exclusives, I mean, all the multiplats we can so that Microsoft can't show them on that beast, that's telling me that you are worried, in fact. So I think that's BS on Sony's part, and I think they are indeed much more worried about it than they're letting on. Curious to hear what you guys think about it, though. Maybe sound off in the comment section. Hit me up on Twitter at @the_Crapgamer or MOH Space Crapgamer on Xbox Live. I would definitely appreciate that. We are so close to E3. We are so close to all this nonsense being behind us, and I, for one, am absolutely excited by that. Let me know what you guys think. Rate, comment, subscribe. Good stuff. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.